Good morning.
Good morning. That's great.
I know you're not used to this starting on time, so you're going to cut your coffee time short. But I've been I've been trying to get this to start on time, so I hopefully we'll do this every month now. Okay, March 12th. It's a halfway decent day out there. Okay, please silence your phone. I did mine at 6 o'clock this morning already, so mine's done. So don't call me and try and make my phone ring. Okay. Okay, I got this mic here. The financial report, our agenda, financial report, and update on the lab improvements, membership. I've been rushing, so I got to settle down. Then computer club matters. Whatever classes we've had. Is Ralph here today?
He is. He must have stepped out.
Oh, okay. And the feature presentation. So, financial report. We have a different financial report this month. I talked with our treasurer, Doug. He does an excellent job, and he understood what we had before. I didn't. So I had him make it something that I understand. So our beginning balance for February, this is more what I'm used to for a report. $18,273.09. Our income was $522.53. Mainly our income is from new members. Expenses, $743.45. Ending balance for February was $18,052.17. We still have outstanding checks of $2,591.85. That's probably from the monitors that we purchased. Available cash then is $15,460.32. We have one CD left, $5,186.29. Petty cash of $100, so total cash with the CD is $20,746.61. Our major equipment purchases for this year, 2026, is $17,166.04. And we still have another $2,830 for purchasing the additional 7 desktops that we're going to put in the lab. And then our donations, your contributions to the buckets out there for coffee and donuts adds up to $252.25 for January, February. So we're doing good. One comment, last month somebody brought in some canned goods and things. That's very nice. The food pantry appreciates when we give them cash because they can get like 8 for 1 with the cash. So I'm told. They I don't know where they shop, in some government store or something probably. Northern Illinois? Okay. Well, yeah, so they supposedly can get $8 worth of stuff for $1. So it's better to just, whatever you would spend on any canned goods or anything, put that in the bucket, then thank you. And besides, we're not equipped to handle all that food stuff. Okay, lab improvements. This is what it looks like so far. We only have the one desktop. We've been working on that. To the left is, gotta get my, I think, oh, that's not a good pointer. Okay, down the left, it's still a work in progress, so we got tools and things laying out, but this is with the top closed, so we can, when you bring in your laptop or something, and you'll even be able to use your mouse on there. There's no glass, so it'll work fine. So we have a nice work surface if we need it, and when we need the computers, there's a handle right here, and you just pull that, and it'll rotate open like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't push the keyboard out for you. You have to pull it out manually. But yeah, but it seems like a nice setup. We've had to make some minor modifications to it to make it work with our equipment, our monitors and that we've purchased. But it's looking pretty good. I was on the phone with the company yesterday, and then I sent them an email with some pictures of some not real problems, but some minor issues that we still need to deal with. The bracket that they gave us for mounting the monitor is kind of weak, and the monitor kind of moves around. And so we're trying to work that out. But that's. I was all ready to just call them and say, yeah, send the 7 more, but I want to get this resolved before we do that. So thank you to the Lab Improvement Committee. You know, Shelley Goldberg was the chair. Dave Dawson, Jerry Knight, Richard Che, Frank Geisler, and I was a latecomer to this. I don't know, I got roped into it somehow. I was at one of our board meetings. We were discussing this, and I kept coming up with suggestions, and someone turned around and looked at me and said, "Why aren't you on this committee?" I said, I don't know. So then I was on the committee. Our total membership, this is an updated number now, 1,390. So we're growing, I think 21 since the last count. But still, we're still promoting the club. The Charter Club's President's Council has started something new. They have a program to contact new residents that are interested in clubs. During the new residents meeting, they have them fill out a form, and they indicate on there what clubs they might be interested in. And so then they take those forms and they compile it and break it up for each club. And so the other day I got an email with about 7 or 8 names on it and phone numbers. And so I called them yesterday, left voicemail for everybody. Nobody answers their phone anymore. And nobody called me back, but I invited them to this meeting. So hopefully, I don't know if any one of them is here, but if you are, just come and talk to me after the meeting, and I can give you more information, or maybe even take you over to the lab and give you a tour. So that's what they're doing with this new program, and hopefully that'll help some of the, a few more members for us is minor, but we like having new members. We like helping people. So yeah, so that's hopefully going to work. Yeah, one of the numbers they gave me was disconnected. Now, how does that happen? The meeting was last week. So anyway, Computer Club Matters. Still working on this. Computer Lab full service hours. Our Tuesday and Wednesday times are not very well used. We get busy on Monday and Thursday, but everybody likes to come on Monday and Thursday. I don't know. It just maybe Tuesday evening is too late. Well, this last Tuesday was bad. It was all threats of storms and things. So, but Frank and I were sitting there, and we had other things to work on, so we did. But nobody came. I walked through the building. There's 2 people down in fitness. So anyway, Tuesday 6 to 9 p.m. Make use of it. Wednesday 1 to 4 p.m. I don't know.
Yesterday was about 7 people there.
7 for the Wednesday? Okay, so that's, I guess you people are day people. I don't know. Well, the evening one was more for, we're trying to attract some of the newer residents, the younger residents that are still working. And we figured, okay, we had evening hours in the past, and that worked out well for the people who worked. So hopefully we'll get the word to them and improve that. Subgroup meetings are held in the computer lab. The Apple group meets the second Tuesday of each month at 2 p.m. Photography group meets the first Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m. Both very good groups. I've attended both of them, and the Apple group has new leadership, and they're starting to develop. more things, and the photography group is going for a long time, and they're an excellent group as well. So check them out. They're really, really good groups. Classes. I'd like to see this more. I don't know, Ralph, you want to say anything about classes?
No, nobody's volunteering to teach anything, so what are we gonna do?
Well, I've got something down here that says, we can't just sit here and wait for them to come out of the weeds and ask us, hey, I want to teach a class. No, they're not going to do that. So we need members to become instructors. And I'm willing to help. If you have a class that you would like to teach, but you're not, I've never taught before, I'll help you. I'll help you put together the course. I'll be there for your first, maybe even second session. I'll be your backup. We need instructors. We need to get more people involved. So, I mean, if that's what it takes, I'm willing to do that. But that's one of my goals, is to offer more classes. So I know I've heard rumblings that the association wants to use that room for other things, and I'm saying no. I want to do more classes in there. So I want to take up that empty time and have them, show them that we're using it. So, but right now, well, Thursday, March 5th is gone already. Android phones, basics and content management on March 18th at 7 p.m. in the lab. So if you have an Android phone and you have interest in that one, Wednesday, March 18th at 7 p.m. Just show up. I'm sure Steve would like to have you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Eric, Eric teaches the Apple class. I don't know if you have any plans for any future ones, or
Yeah, in April,
April?
May.
Okay, yeah, we'll get that on notifications and schedule, and we'll get that out to everyone. So, anybody has problems with their iPhone, iPad, I guess. Eric will be there to offer a class on that. But again, on the instructors, please, we need your help. Just if we can get a couple of you to step forward, it's fun to do, really. And once you do it, it's not hard. So I'll help you through it. Question?
Is the computer club competing for classes with the folks that are in like lifestyles? I mean, they offer classes in the lifestyle magazine every month as well.
Well, the class.
Not necessarily for the same types of things, but are people saying, well, I'm going to use these folks that are in the lifestyles magazine instead of going to computer club?
Right. Well, and that's, yeah, I look at that, and he's offering classes that we did offer, and we still do. Sometimes, well, Shelley once in a while will do a cutting the cord. I don't know if there's any plans to do that in the future, but that's one of the things he's got there. And we've done that as a monthly meeting a few times. We've done that as classes. I think do we have a video on that? There's a video on the, that you get notices in your newsletter. There's a video that you can watch about it. Now some of that can be dated because that stuff moves pretty quickly. So, but if there's anyone else that is, I don't know if Shelley is committed to that, or if anyone else is interested in doing it. Ralph, you got a question?
Well, Charles Butler charges $5 for his meetings, and ours is free. So,
Well,
it's not much, $5. Most of the people in Sun City like free a lot better.
Yeah, the association classes, the Butler classes, charge $5. Now he doesn't get a dime of that. That $5, any classes that are offered, the $5 of that class fee goes to the association. So he gets zero for teaching that class, except it's advertising for his business. And I've attended one of his classes. He doesn't teach classes like we do. We try to teach classes at this level. His classes are at this level. He talks fast, he talks complicated sometimes, and I think that's intentional because he wants to sell you his business. He wants you to be confused. So yeah, he's not getting a dime except he's trying to generate business. And one of the things he started is Ask the Expert. And it was, I looked at December, and he was charging $10 for that. So he must have been getting $5 out of that. And okay, I have a big objection to that because now he's using our facility and making money. Even teaching the class and promoting his business. I've talked to board members in that, and nothing gets done. The Butler classes that the association offers. Yeah, that started long ago, and I thought, okay, it'll die off, but it hasn't. So he's got this Ask the Experts, and it's $5 per session for 15 minutes, I think, to talk to him. So I don't know if you ever look at our digital signage. I take care of that. So I put something on there. His is Ask the Expert. Ours says Ask the Experts. And I have a blurb about that. So a little battle going on there. But anyway, classes are important. We need to use that room more. We're getting all this new equipment. I want to use that equipment. So, photo editing, just any of the other, today we're talking about one of the Google apps, maybe a class on some of the Google apps. Anything that you might be interested in, anything you have a passion about. I have a passion about 3D printing and home automation. I plan to offer classes on that. So anything that you have an interest in, talk to me. I'll help you make a class out of it. Okay, so, and now we're into our regular presentation. Google Voice, your safer and smarter phone number. I've used this. I look back. I have a Google Voice, Google number, and I looked, and I think the first time that the earliest message that I have is from 2010. So I've had this for a long time. I don't use it much. I did have a use for it some time ago, but that use has ended. So it's really a nice extra phone number, and I'll get into all the details about it. But first. Oh, we don't have audio. All right. Turn up the volume. There should be a button up here for volume. Right here. Volume up.
That's good. Try it.
Are you mad? No. Are you grumpy? No. Are you sad? No. Are you angry? No. What are you? I don't know. Are you mad? No. Are you grumpy? No. Are you sad? No. Are you angry? No. What are you? I don't know.
I see these all the time on Facebook and on YouTube, and I'm not really a cat person. Kittens are cute, and they have so many of these things. I mean, there's kittens doing the twist and the music, and they're dancing around. There's one with a cat and a dog dancing around. It's all artificial intelligence, obviously, but I'm hooked on it. Okay. A lot of times people start out with a joke or something, or a comic. I thought that was pretty good. What is Google Voice? It's a cloud-based phone number. It's called VoIP, V-O-I-P, Voice over Internet Protocol. And it works on any device, your phone, your tablet, your computer. There's apps for your phone, there's apps for your tablet, and you can go to a website even to run it. So on anything that has a web browser, you can use Google Voice. You can call, you can text, and you can receive voicemail. It's ideal as a second number for privacy. Now, there's a lot of cases where you might want to do that. If you were going to, say, organize a birthday party for someone, and you're going to send it out to family and friends and a lot of people that you don't even know, you don't necessarily want to give out your personal phone number. So you can have a Google Voice number. You can use that. And if people call that, you can even have it on Do Not Disturb. So when they call, I'll talk a little bit about it later, but it'll take the voicemail and it'll transcribe it, so you can even just read the voicemail. You don't have to listen to it. So if somebody gets on there and they talk and talk and talk and talk, you can just, okay, next. So it's an ideal as a second number. Even if you're running a small business or something, as a second number, you set this up and you can have it ring to your regular phone number, your cell phone or your house line. So it's ideal for something like that. Why people use it? Privacy. You're not giving out your real number. Even if you're like putting an ad in the Sun City classified ads, you can use this number, so you're not giving out your personal number, and then you can just delete this number and get another number later on if you decide to do that. Spam control, excellent spam filtering. I don't know how many people have a Gmail account, email account, but I have one because I have an Android phone, but I don't really look at the Gmail email. And there's not a lot of garbage in there when I do look at it. There's only, I did have something sent there just because I need to look at it all the time. But so the Google Voice is using the same technology, so they're filtering out all these spam calls and things and texts. So it's very, and for as long as, since 2010, I've had this Google Voice number, and there is no spam in the text messages or anywhere. So it's well controlled. I'm not a big fan of Google, but they do some things right. Portability, it's not tied to any one carrier. So if you're changing your phone number, you change it from AT&T to Verizon or to Xfinity, your phone number, you can carry your phone number around, but this is just one. It's like your Gmail account. You know, you can have your Xfinity email, you can have your Verizon email, and when you change, if you want to stay with the vendors, which you shouldn't, Gmail or Hotmail or one of those is probably your best bet, so that it remains portable, like we're talking about here. That's not tied to one carrier. So if you change your phone, your internet carrier, you don't have to change your email address. So it's portable. Unified inbox. All your calls, your texts, and your voicemails are all listed in your inbox. Free calling, free calls and texts to the US numbers. So you can be out of the country, as long as you're in a Wi-Fi area, you can call anybody in the United States. So if you're on a cruise ship and you have Wi-Fi, you can call. Now some phones have Wi-Fi calling, so you can enable that and you can call home too. But this, if you don't have Wi-Fi calling, some phones don't have it, you can use this to call into the States. Now it's to the US though. You can't call out of the US. Well, you can, but you have to have money on account, and then there'll be a charge for those calls. But it's a small amount. I had $10 on there. Now I have 10 cents. I don't know who I was calling, but it can be useful, and it's inexpensive. There's more. I'll talk about that later. Voicemail transcription. It reads your voicemail. It listens to your voicemail and then transcribes it into text. Xfinity, I think, does that now. Well, we still have a landline at home. I don't use it much, but somebody else does. If somebody leaves voicemail, you'll read it on your computer. Call forwarding to multiple phones. So you can have it, that one number can be forwarded to your cell phone. If you have another cell phone, if you have a landline, you can forward it to a number of different phone numbers so that when somebody calls that, all these other numbers will ring at the same time. You can answer it on any one of them. Do not disturb scheduling. So there's a do not disturb when you're looking at the app. There's a thing you can click on to turn on do not disturb, but you can schedule that to be turned on and off. So if you don't want your phone to ring in the middle of the night, you can just turn on do not disturb, and it'll automatically, phone calls will automatically go to voicemail. Block callers easily, like you can on your phone or your email, your text. You can easily block calls. Same thing on here. Use on multiple devices at the same time. So you can have it on your phone, your tablet, your computer, and use them at the same time, basically. And I've tried that. I've got it on all different devices and works very nice. Number porting, you can bring your existing phone number, if you're giving up your phone, you can bring that existing number into Google Voice, so then you'll have two numbers in there. So I'm not sure why you would want to do that, because I don't know, I like having the phone as well. The strengths of Google Voice. It works even if you switch carriers. Separate personal and business calls. So like I say, if you have a work number or a small business number, you can have your calls go to your cell phone, your business calls or work calls go to the Google Voice number. Very reliable voicemail system. It's easy to manage. You can do it on your computer or your tablet, your phone. The apps are very easy to understand and straightforward. It's free for most users. Now, limitations. What problems are there? There's no automatic emergency 911. You have to set that up. And I know that was like that. I had a Magic Jack for years ago, and you had to set up an address associated with that device, with that number, so that if you called 911 from that Magic Jack phone, and it's the same thing with this, then they would have an address to go to. Now, this is more portable, and Magic Jack is somewhat portable as well. But if you're not home, if you're here and you call 911, well, they're going to go to your house if that's what you have set up. So that's probably not what you want to do. So yeah, that's a big limitation. Picture messages may be inconsistent. There are some phone carriers that have problems with the picture messages from Google Voice and vice versa. So if you were going to do that, you should test it out and see if that works for you or not. Requires internet or cellular data. So, if you're using your tablet, you can make phone calls from your tablet, which you normally can't. You don't have a cell service on your tablet, but if you're in a Wi-Fi area, you can make phone calls from that. Or you can have your computer or your tablet connected to your phone with the name is it went away. You can set up your phone as a hotspot, a wireless hotspot, so you can have other devices connected to your phone and use those devices to make your Google calls. It's not ideal for international travel. Now, this is what I was talking about. You can make free phone calls from Timbuktu, home or wherever in the United States. But if you're in Timbuktu and you're on some tour and you get separated from the tour group and you're trying to call the tour operator, you can't. You can't call a local number because it's out of the country. Unless you have money on account, and then you can pay for that call. But that's one drawback if you spend a lot of time out of the country. I don't. I'm, maybe once or twice a year. But yeah, a drawback there. Now, how to use it? You go to Google, voice.google.com on your desktop computer, or on your in any browser. And that's a nice thing that Google has done. Most of their apps, like if you want to go to your Google Contacts, it's contacts.google.com. Photos, it's I think photos.google.com. So you can just make shortcuts for all those things. So it's easy to click on one thing and bam, you're right where you want to be. So this is voice.google.com. And if you ever look at all the Google apps that are available, and we could make so many meetings about all the Google apps. If you ever, when you go to google.com, in your upper right, there's a little grid of 9 dots. You click on that, and you get a whole list of Google apps, and you scroll and scroll and scroll, and then you get to the bottom and it says more. And you click on that and you get a web page with all the stuff on it. So there's so many Google apps. And some of them, I was looking through them this morning, I thought, oh, I don't even know what that is. I gotta check that out. So look at that sometime, you'll be amazed. And, well, I say they're all free, but and one of the common sayings is, on the internet, if it's free, you are the product. They're gathering your information and selling it. Anyway, how to use it, you can go to voice.google.com, and then this all came up as one. On phone or tablet, you go to the App or Play Store and search for Google Voice. You click or tap on the install or get, depending on the phone or the device, and that's the icon you look for. Now that is the Google Voice icon. And when you do a search, you'll find all other ones that are similar and sound the same, and they try to confuse you into choosing something else. And then you install that, and then, well, this doesn't work anything like I was told. Well, yeah, because it's not Google's. It's somebody else's trying to imitate that. So make sure that you get the one with the right icon. And after it completes, you look on your phone or device for that icon, and that's how you start the app. Then you sign in, or if you don't have a Google account, you create a Google account and sign in. And there'll be some setup information. You have to choose a voice number from a list. I think you get to put in, enter an area code, and then they give you a list of numbers to choose from. So unless you get lucky, you can't really get a vanity number or anything like that. You choose it from the list, and that's your Google Voice number. And then you verify your real phone number during the setup. So it has to be tied to a real phone number as well. So they will go through the verification process. They'll probably send a text message to your phone or something. So you have to verify that. Or if it's a landline, they'll probably call. Now here's Google Voice on the desktop. Starting at the top, you can see receiving calls. Now if you click on that, it'll change to boy, where did my mind go this morning? Do not disturb. So then you've got other things for different setup things. There's your settings. So that's the grid I was talking about. It's on all of the Google apps. So you can click on that. You can see all the other Google apps. Now, if you want to enter a phone number, you can enter it here, and then click on the phone, and it will it'll call that number. Or you can, if on a keyboard, you can type in the number, or you can punch in the number down here. They give you some suggestions. I'm in there a number of times. They're suggesting I call myself a lot. And obviously I do call myself a lot. Well, when I'm testing it, I'm calling different phone numbers of mine. And I blocked out anybody else. If you click on one of these, then it'll give you the detail about that phone call over here. Then they show the call as, they show your Google Voice number there, so that you know it's a reminder of what your number is. I don't remember what mine is, but that reminds me. And then down here you have a menu. This is on your Google Voice, then your text messaging, your voicemail, and I don't remember, it looks like a download. I don't know that I used that. I think it might be archiving, but yeah, I don't remember contacts. Well, this is not, well, maybe on this menu. I don't recall. Sorry about that. But that's pretty much all there is on this screen. Now, there are other voice over IP systems. There's Skype, which is transitioning over to Microsoft Teams. So I guess Skype is going away. Zoom phone. Now, Zoom, everybody knows that. During COVID, everybody was using that for their Zoom video calls. You can also make phone calls with Zoom. WhatsApp is another popular. We were using that with my son out in Portland, Oregon for a while. That you can make phone calls on. Facebook Messenger is another one. That's the one that we're using with our son now for video calls mostly, not audio. Audio, we'll just call them on the phone. But here's a little chart, group calling comparison table. Shows Zoom, Skype, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and Google Voice. Google Voice down here, it does not do group calls. It does not do group video calls. All these other ones do. So if you're looking for something you might want to be doing video calls, maybe you want to look at one of these other ones. Maximum participants. Zoom, you can do up to 100 free. Skype, 50 historically. I don't know what they mean by that. Messenger, up to 50 with rooms. And then WhatsApp, up to 32. And Google, Security is just standard voice over IP, which depends on the security of your device, I guess. And then it's best for clubs, meetings, classes, and you can read the rest of them. This is one-to-one calls only. That's all it's meant to be, is just a calling system. So on your cell phone, I didn't do a real good job of blocking that out, but this is how it looks on my cell phone. You can scroll through your those are recent contacts, I guess, up there. And then, but you can just punch in a number down here, just like on your phone, and just hit the green button and call whoever you punched in. I think, up here, I think there's a place where you can just start typing a name and it'll bring up your contact. But yeah, so you can use it on phone or other devices. Okay, so in a browser, go to YouTube for more information. In a browser, go to youtube.com. YouTube has so much information. I don't know if everybody uses that, but anything you have a problem with, you go to YouTube and you do a search on it, you can find the answers. So before even AI or anything else, Google has all the answers. Now search for Google Voice Tutorial 2026. And choose, there's many different videos. If you're just starting out, there's a lot of beginner videos. And I think I have I did the search, and I captured the screen up here in the search box. Google Voice Tutorial 2026, the search button, and this is what you'll get. And there's a lot more, you can scroll it, but voice guide for beginners, how to set up Google Voice in 2026, how to use Google Voice, beginner's tutorial. Just pick one and watch it, and if you don't like that one, just go on to another one. So there's a lot of information available for you. And if you don't find what you need here, come to the computer lab. We'll help you. And that's about all I have for that. Any questions? I got a question over there. You go up to the microphone. Yeah. Oh, may not be on. Is it?
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
I've had Google Voice on for years, and I set one up for my wife about the same time, and I noticed when we go back into hers, it's asking for driver's license, a passport, or green card, all this stuff in order for her to start receiving or sending messages.
I've never seen that. Like I say, I've had an account with that Google Voice set up since 2010, and I've never seen that.
I was just looking at it as we were talking, and it said, let's check your ID on her phone. It says to enable calling and messaging, you must verify your identity first. When you click on verify now, it asks for driver's license, passport, green card.
Frank, leave it. It's good for other people.
Let me get a chair, I understand. So, now, I guess my question is, has anybody seen that, or do I need to be concerned about what it's showing up?
I'm not sure. You ought to check that phone and see if there's something else on there, the malware or something that you don't want, because I've never seen that.
Hey, Ken, that was a great presentation, and it's
Thank you.
fascinating to me that, because I think a lot of us here have multiple emails for different reasons, to kind of separate spam and stuff. And the same concept now with phone numbers. But here's the thing, it wasn't long ago we were running out of phone numbers, right? We added one, and we still get this dial one, which...
Well, one is the country code. So every country has a unique country code.
Right. But we were running out of phone numbers, so I'm thinking for a business number, some people have multiple business numbers, some people may want to just give a phone number out for certain social groups. I'm wondering how many numbers can a person have on this type of Wi-Fi calling? And are they running out of numbers?
Well, on Google Voice, you are limited to one number per Google account. The only way you can get two numbers on a Google account is if you have one set up and you port your cell phone number into Google Voice. Then you can have two, but one of them is a number you already had. So they are limiting you that way. Now, you can get rid of one and give it up and get another one. But yeah, you're limited to one per Gmail account. So if you have multiple Gmail accounts, you can have multiple numbers. But that's a hassle too, to change back and forth between different numbers and remembering where everything is at. Any other questions? Come on, I couldn't have been that thorough. thank you. We started on time and we're done early even. So you guys enjoy the day. Thank you for coming. I think